Good morning, students. Today our topic is bryophytes. So, what are bryophytes? Bryophytes are a thalloid plant body. Why do they known as thalloid? Because they do not have true stem or leaves. Okay. So, term bryophytes actually was given by Robert Brown. The term bryophytes was firstly used by Robert Brown, and the study of bryophytes is known as bryology. Bryology, study of bryophytes. S. R. Kashyap is the father of Indian bryology, and as we know that bryophytes are non-vascular embryophytes. Why non-vascular? Because they do not have xylem or phloem as conductive tissues. So they are non-vascular embryophytes, and as well as they are thalloid because they do not have a true stem or leaves. They require water for reproduction. So if water is not there, because they actually grow in shady areas, in moist areas, because they need water for their reproduction. So just because of that reason, because they need water for reproduction, they are known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Okay, the male gamete, which is sperm, is the male gamete sperm swims up to the female gamete with the help of water. Stems and leaves are not true, as I told you earlier. Stems and leaves are not true as they are gametophytic, and they do not have any vascular tissues. Okay, so their body is gametophytic, their body is not well defined as other higher plants, and they do not have vascular tissues like xylem and phloem. That's why they do have thalloid structure. Okay, the life cycle in bryophytes includes two phases, gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. Okay, so gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase are the two phases in the life cycle of bryophytes, and uh, out of them, gametophytic phase is predominant phase in the life cycle of bryophytes and is independent. Okay, this gametophytic phase is independent and predominant, but this sporophytic phase means spore producing body. This is gamete producing body. Sporophytic phase is recessive or for a very small period of time. So this sporophytic body is dependent on gametophytic body for stability and for water. Okay, so when anyone asks questions about the life cycle of bryophytes and about its phases, means gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase, gametophytic phase is the dominant phase in the life cycle of bryophytes. So that's why they do have two phases. They do possess alternation of generations. What is the meaning of alternation of generations? That means they undergo two different phases, gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase, and this continuity will carry on, okay, year by year. So they do possess alternation of generations, means gametophytic phase, then sporophytic, then again gametophytic, then again sporophytic. So there is a regular sequence of both of these phases. That's why alternation of generation. Okay, then something about some special plants in bryophytes. The largest bryophyte is known as Dawsonia. It is up to 50 centimeter. Smallest bryophyte is Zupis arzentha, which is about 0.5 centimeter. Highly advanced sporophyte or sporophytic body in bryophytes present in Anthoceros, a species of bryophyte. So highly advanced sporophytic body or sporophyte present in Anthoceros, and simplest type of sporophytic body or sporophyte present in Rickettsia. Okay, so Rickettsia. So it's all about this part. Let's move to the another part. Is classification of bryophytes. So we do classify bryophytes into liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. Their name actually because of their uh, special structures which do appear like liver, horn. Okay, that's why liverworts, hornworts, and mosses, also known as Hepatococcyda, Anthocerotopsida, and Bryopsida. And for example, under liverworts, Rickettsia, Markensia; under hornworts, we would take examples of Anthoceros, Notothylus, and Dendroceros; and under mosses or Bryopsida, Funaria, Sphagnum, and Polytrichum. So we would discuss about few of examples in the next lecture. And then vegetative reproduction. They do have very high degree of regeneration. Okay, so bryophytes that does have very high degree of regeneration. They can reproduce vegetatively. This includes tubers. These are the special structures which can perform vegetative reproduction. Includes tubers, and they do vegetatively reproduce by fragmentation, simply divide and grow into a new parent plant, fragmentation, and through protonema. This protonema is actually a thread-like chain of cells, forms earliest haploid stage of the life cycle of mosses. So these are the different structures by which bryophytes reproduce vegetatively. So in the next lecture we would discuss about few examples has been given in our syllabus, and we would discuss about a life cycle in the different bryophytes. Okay, thank you.